What's going on YouTube? This is Odipro here and I've got a game of TDM on firing range for you. I'm running with Scavenger Pro, Steady Aim Pro and just a normal ninja, purely because I haven't been bothered to get the pro one yet. And the gun I'm using is the Spectre with rapid fire. Now first things first, I want to talk about the fact that I haven't uploaded a game in such a long time. And the reason for this is because about a month and a half ago, there was an earthquake in Taiwan and it knocked out all the fiber optic cables that connect my part of the world to basically the rest of the planet. And of course, in regard to this topic, I have nothing to complain about. My problems pale in comparison to the fact that there was an earthquake in Taiwan. But unfortunately for me, after all this had been resolved, there was an Xbox Live update that I couldn't download. And the reason being was because I got an error code every time I did. And after doing a bit of research, it turns out that Microsoft has banned me from modifying my Xbox. Now, I had no idea that any modification had been done to my Xbox. I thought it would be something radical, like there's now a spaceship on my Xbox. But after doing a bit of research on the forums and stuff, it turns out that people were getting the same error code for basic stuff like replacing a CD tray by someone that's not authorized to do so. So I hadn't done this either, and confused, I emailed Microsoft about it and explained my situation. And the ever helpful Microsoft customer support, they replied saying, call us, which of course I never did. It's one of those things in life that just requires minimum effort and you just never get around to doing it. But luckily for me, I did have another Xbox that I wasn't using. And the reason I wasn't using it was because a couple of years ago my Xbox got the red ring of death. And I just never got around to fixing it because basically I didn't know how. And one of my friends suggested that I do the towel trick. Now for those of you who don't know what the towel trick is, it's where you get your Xbox, you turn it on, and then you wrap it up in 3 magical mystical towels, and you leave it there for 45 minutes to get really, really hot. And then after that you turn it off, you take it out of the towels, and you just let it cool off for about half an hour. And then lo and behold, for some mystical power, your Xbox works perfectly fine. Now I'm sure this didn't work for everyone, but luckily it worked for me. Now, I don't understand the science behind it, and if you do know, please leave a comment so that the mystery is solved. Or if you can't be bothered to leave a comment, or you just don't know, don't worry, don't panic. I am more than happy living my life believing that there is some magical fairy that just wants to fix my Xbox every time it breaks. But moving on in a rather drastic new direction, I'm gonna throw out an Odipro anecdote, a personal story of mine that happened to me quite recently. And what the story is a couple of weeks ago I had an appointment at the urologist. And for those of you who don't know what the urologist is, that is the cock jock. He's the guy that you go to see to get your manhood checked out. Now, just to clarify here, it was a standard checkup for all you ladies out there. Don't worry, the Odipro is go. But every time I go, I always find myself in the same, I suppose you could call perverted, sort of childish mindset that should I shake the urologist's hand when I walk into his office? Because you have to think about it. This guy's job description is literally to touch men's cocks. Obviously with a lot more finesse and medical detail and descriptive words, but that is literally all this guy does. And obviously, people go there when something is wrong. So he's not always touching that good healthy dick. He's touching just nondescript things that I don't want to think about. And I have to think, like, do I want to be shaking his hand? Like, I understand that it's an important part of the medical world, but I don't want to be a part of it. And every time I go, I always find myself judging the people in the waiting room that go in before me or come up before I get there. And it's just a really childish thing to do that I can't help but do. Now, I'm not trying to gay bash here, but there has to be a quota of how much dick you can touch before you are like an honorary homosexual. Now, I'm not being bigoted, but you have to think about it. And if you haven't thought about it, you're going to think about it the next time that you have an appointment. But after you get past all of this, there is the demeaning and embarrassing part that comes. That's where you basically walk into his office, you have to drop your trousers and sit on this uncomfortable bed that's got that hospital tissue on it, and the doctor just slowly leans you back like you're some sort of after prom virgin special, and then it just gets really awkward. He sort of asks where it hurts or what's wrong, and he sort of caresses / inspects you. Now, Obviously I want to be responsible. My video is wrapping up. If you have something wrong, go to the doctor, blah blah blah, be healthy. Quick mention, I'm starting a new series. Next episode, or next video upload, is going to be the first episode. It's going to be awesome. Keep your eyes open, check it out. You'll find out when it's out. My final score is 34 for 4. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Odipro. Ciao for now.